Have you ever wondered what it's really like being a rideshare driver? What they go through in the hands of some passengers? Living in a city like Toronto, a multicultural, cosmopolitan city full of people from every background imaginable, you get to see everything. Different cultures, different upbringings, and trust me, different ways people act, especially when they're sober or not so sober. And with that mix, there are bound to be stories. Some will make you laugh, some might make you pause and think, and others will just leave you shaking your head. Well, wonder no more, because I've got stories for days, months, years. So, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications, because every week I'll be sharing new stories straight from the streets of Toronto. For now, sit back, relax, and welcome to the Chronicles of a Rideshare Driver, Part 2 of A Ride to Remember. This is a story of a tired rideshare driver shared as he takes one last trip before heading home, unaware it'll become an unforgettable encounter filled with humor, tension, and unexpected turns. Let's go. I kept my focus on the road, replying lightly, "You've had a fun night, huh?" She nodded slowly, her smile playful, then leaned back again. But her tone soon changed, softer, slower, and heavier. Then she said, "You know, I think you're really attractive." I laughed it off, hoping to diffuse the tension. "You're too kind." But she didn't stop there. "Please, stop the car," she suddenly said. Her voice was firm this time. I thought something was wrong. Maybe she felt sick or needed air. "Are you okay? What's wrong?" I was start-eyed. I had to stop suddenly, and safely too. She just sat there, not really doing much except occasionally staring in her phone. The rideshare app kept pinging my phone. Safety checks from the system asking, "Are you okay?" Since we'd been parked longer than usual, I kept hitting, "Yes, I'm fine," every time. But she wasn't responding to hers. That made me nervous. The last thing I wanted was a false report. I tried gently to end the moment. "Look, you're a beautiful woman, but I'm not that guy. I don't take advantage of people, especially not when they're drunk." She laughed, a dry, sarcastic laugh. "Oh, please, don't flatter yourself. I know what I want." She reached out and held my arm firmly, surprisingly strong for someone that is intoxicated. I tried to pull away politely but firmly. "Come on," she whispered. "Just a little fun. No one must know." "No," I said again, louder this time. The car went silent, except for her heavy breathing. "Let's go," she finally muttered, her tone slightly irritated. I started the car again. The air felt thick, heavy with tension and awkwardness. We drove for another 15 minutes. I tried to focus only on the road. My hands were cold. My mind raced. When I finally reached what I thought was her destination, I stopped. "This should be your stop," I said. She looked out the window, frowned, and said, "No, keep going. My house is further down. Take a left." I followed her directions, though something in me wanted to just end it right there. When she finally said, "Stop," I did. But then she sat still, saying nothing. "You okay?" I asked. "Need help getting out?" She smiled faintly. "Oh, I need help all right. Come around." I sighed, stepped out, and walked to the passenger side, thinking maybe she just needed a hand to stand. The moment I opened the door, she grabbed my shirt, pulling me closer. Her words came out slurred but deliberate. "I told you it's sweet down here. Don't you want to know?" I stepped back, heart pounding. "No, you need to exit the car now, please." She looked at me like she was testing my limits, like a dare. I pulled away completely. "If you can grab me like that, you can definitely get yourself out of this car." I was now angry and scared too. Her expression hardened, then softened again. "Fine, take me home, she said. "Where's that?" where you first stopped," she said. So I drove her back again. When I finally parked the car again, she sighed, turned to me, and said quietly, "You're different." I said nothing. Then she added, "Take my number, call me when I'm sober. No excuses next time." I took the number, mostly just to end the awkwardness. She stepped out slowly, adjusted herself, and staggered toward her door. I waited until I saw her get inside safely before driving off. The moment I was alone again, I exhaled deeply, like I'd been holding my breath the whole time. I was far from home, but I didn't care. I just drove straight, no more rides that morning. I needed peace. When I finally got home, I sat on the edge of my bed, thinking. That day reminded me of something powerful. How temptation doesn't always come dressed in evil. Sometimes it comes disguised as opportunity or flattery. It tested my discipline, my respect for myself, my wife, my kids and others, and my faith. As humans, we all have moments that challenge our morals, but it is in those moments our true selves show up. I didn't call her back. Not because I wanted to prove a point, but because I knew that night wasn't about her, it was about me. It was about choosing self-control when no one was watching. And that, my friend, is what integrity looks like when it's tested. Another day in the life, but one that taught me more about boundaries, respect, and the quiet strength of walking away. I drove away from the area and called the customer support to report the incident as what just happened was against the community guidelines. The end. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe and like button below and stay tuned for another episode of The Chronicles of a Rideshare Driver.